Right, I'm going to do a bit of sound testing. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Can you give me the thumbs up just to let me know that one, you can hear me, and two, that you're in the feed and you're joining me this morning. We are full body weight, just a towel, water bottle and mat. So we'll get going in, let's have a look. We're going to get going in about 2 minutes. Have a look. We're going to get going in about 2 minutes. Okay, good morning. So I'm going to get started. We're going to spend 5 minutes just to warm up. We've got 5 exercises and a minute on each exercise. So we're going to work through those and then we're going to move on. We've got about a sort of a HIIT sort of thing this morning. So 40-20, so 40 seconds of work with 20 seconds of rest. And then a finisher. I've actually hurt my foot, so if I look like I'm limping around, don't worry about me. I'm going to try and modify some stuff just to see whether I can get through this morning, so it'll be all right. So yeah, we'll just work together and let's have fun. Okay, so first exercise part of the warm-up is our inchworm. So we press our hips back, nice stretch down the back of the hamstrings, walk the hands out into a high plank position. If you want to add a little push-up in there, you can, or you don't have to. Walk the hands back, try and keep the legs as straight as possible. It's nice and gentle to start with. Another 15 seconds. Okay, we're going to do a step through. So come back down into that high plank position. And then you're going to bring your foot forward as far as you can. Try and bring it more in line with the hand if you can. If you can't, a little bit wider is okay. We're stepping through. Have a little pause each time. Really open up those hips. If it's too much doing it on your feet, you can come down to your knees, or we can just step through from there. Another 5 seconds. Okay, bring yourself up into standing. You're going to bring yourself into your deep low squat position all the way down, and then we're going to add in a thoracic rotation. So opposite hand on the floor, other hand with your eyes, follow your hand all the way up. I'm trying to bring that rotation all the way to about 180 degrees if you can. If you can't, something to work on. Try and get a little bit further each time. With the other arm that's supporting down below, push out on your knee, open that hip up a little bit more. Another 10 seconds. Okay, we're going to come into your bird dog. So onto all fours. Make yourself into a table position. So hands directly underneath my shoulders, knees directly underneath my hips. I'm going to make sure I'm tight through the midline. I'm not sagging my back. Nice neutral spine. And then opposite hand and opposite leg. Try not to rock your hips too much through this movement. Okay, from this position we're going to come into our plank position. We're just going to do a little hold just to fire up that midline. Again, you can do this on your feet or on your knees, it's entirely up to you. "25 seconds. If a plank's too much for the start of the warm-up for you, like I said, you can come down to your knees if you need to. Okay. Fantastic, guys. Right, you've done your warm-up. Grab yourself a drink. And we'll start getting ready for the main piece. Finisher. I've actually hurt my foot. Okay, like I said, we've got 5 exercises and we're going to do 3 rounds. Obviously, I'm working through them with you. We're going to start with an air squat, so a body weight squat. So I'm going to come onto the mat and we've got 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. The idea with that is that you consistently work for the 40 seconds because you know you've got the rest coming, okay? So good movements. And work at quite a nice pace, but to pick a pace that you are comfortable with, so that means you don't have to keep stopping and resting within that 40 seconds, okay? Right, let's do this. So, first one is your air squat. Remember with your air squat, Your feet are going to just go wide, just wider than your hip width apart. If you feel like your chest comes forward, put your arms up just to maintain that nice upright chest. Remember, we want our lungs open. And we're going to go in 15 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do this. Don't worry if your squat's not as low as mine, that's absolutely fine. You work to the depth that you're comfortable with. Make sure your eyes are looking forward as well, so we're not looking down at the ground, otherwise we start to come forward. Another 10 seconds. Okay, shake yourself out of that one. You've got 20 seconds rest. Next exercise is a curtsy lunge. So start with our feet just underneath our hips, and I'm going to take the opposite leg and I'm going to bring it behind, and I'm going to come down so my knee comes through and down, and I'm in that lunge position, but just to the side. Coming around the other side and down, onto your knee, and back up again, okay? So I'm modifying the version today and not bending my toes on my right foot, but ideally you're on your toes, so you've got that leverage to push yourself back up again. Ooh. It's a lot harder without your toes. Okay, shake yourself out of that one. We're going into a glute bridge march. So I'm coming down onto the floor. You're going to come up into your glute bridge position. So hips nice and high. Make sure your glutes are squeezed and you're engaged through the midline. You're going to maintain that bridge for the full 40 seconds. And we're looking at bringing up that knee or that foot off the ground. Try and keep those hips off the ground. Make sure you're nice and tight. Okay, another 20 seconds rest. We're doing a plank with a reach forward. So coming into a plank position. You can do it on your hands or on your elbows. It's really entirely up to you. You can also go a little bit wider with the feet at the back if that helps you more of a stable base. And we're reaching forward. Try and keep those hips nice and level. And make sure you're really squeezing your glutes and you're very, very tight through that midline. So the back is in a really safe position. Ten seconds. Okay. Final exercise out of the 5 is a Superman to hollow hold. A little bit of fun. Kind of come to the side of your mat or the side of the area where you are because you're going to need to transfer over. We're going to start, it doesn't really matter, start in your hollow hold position, so feet and arms off the floor, and you're going to roll over onto your tummy, and then you're going to roll back over, okay? Roll over, then roll yourself back over. Try and minimise the amount of hand use. Roll over into your Superman, so your Superman glutes are squeezed, hands and feet are off the ground. And then I'm going to roll into my hollow hold position, which is the opposite position, on my back. Back onto my Superman. Back over. Okay, bring yourself back up into standing. We're going to go back through those ones. You've got 15 seconds. We're going back into that air squat. Okay. Nice deep breaths while you're doing your air squat. Another 12 seconds. Okay, into your curtsy lunge. So remember with this one, we're bringing that foot all the way behind. The knee is coming under. We're coming down. Try and keep the planted foot nice and straight. Coming down. You can do it a little bit faster than me if you want to today, if you're feeling like your form is good. It's entirely up to you. Oh, like I said, lunges without your toes is quite difficult. Another 5 seconds. Okay. Into your glute bridge march. Come down onto the mat. Get those hips nice and high. Make sure we're not sagging our bottoms down. Bring the heels in as close as you can. You can even use your hands on the floor, sort of push down just to stabilise yourself a bit more. We're marching. So we're bringing that knee up into 90 degrees and then back down again. Okay, carefully bring yourself down. You're bringing yourself into your plank with a reach. Again, you can choose to be on your feet or on your hands. It's entirely up to you. But make sure your glutes are nicely firmly squeezed. You could just do this as just a plank hold as well. You don't have to add the reach in. Have a little pause each time you reach forward. Fifteen seconds. Okay, we're going into your Superman to hollow hold. I know that I was on the left side of my mat to start with, so I'm actually going to move myself over to the other side. So I'm rolling from a different side. And I'm going to start in that hollow body position, so my shoulder blades are off the ground and my legs and hands are off the ground. And I'm going to roll into my Superman and then roll back. Trying to maintain nice and tight the midline. This one doesn't have to be rushed. Just try and keep your feet and hands off the ground for the full time through. Okay, Take a rest. You've got one more round of those exercises to do. Okay, back into that air squat. Okay, brilliant. Into your lunge. So take that 20 seconds rest first. So start with those feet directly underneath your hips. Bring that leg behind. Coming down. If you can't bring your knee all the way down, it's not a problem. You could just step to the side, do it more of a little side step. Another 10 seconds. Okay, into your glute bridge march. So back down onto the floor. Heels are close to your bottom, making sure your feet are hip width apart. Up into that bridge. Keeping those hips nice and high. Okay. Flip yourself over into that plank position for your plank with a reach forward. Again, you could just hold this as a plank if you're finding the reach too much. Not 10 seconds. Okay, we've got our Superman to hollow hold or a hollow hold to Superman, depending which way you look at it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to roll from one side of the mat and then roll again once more to even this up. So my hollow hold into the middle of my mat, and I'm going to roll over to my hollow hold on the other side of my mat, and back into the middle. Superman, hollow hold, Superman. Making sure my hands and my feet are still off the ground. Hollow hold, Superman, hollow hold, Superman, hollow hold, and back to the middle for my Superman. Fantastic. Well done, guys. That's the 15 minutes of the main workout done. Obviously, I'm not going to let you off that lightly. So we've got a final piece, which should take between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on how we get on. So I'm going to look. Anyone else joined us this morning? Nice little small crew this morning, which is all good. Okay, take a drink of water. This one's got a bit more pace about it. And I'm going to need to give a couple of alternatives because I know you guys who are in the feed. Right, okay, so 3 exercises. We're keeping the squat. So remember, just our normal body weight squat. Our second exercise as part of our finisher is back down into our plank, but this time we're shoulder tapping. Okay. And then the third exercise is a butterfly sit-up. Now for you guys, I'll show you a traditional butterfly sit-up and an alternative if you feel you can't do this one. So, soles of feet turned in, heels close into your bottom. You roll yourself back, hands go all the way back. Fingertips touch the mat behind or the floor behind. You bring yourself up using your abdominals, okay? So try not to throw yourself up, actually engage through the midline. Come forward, touch the front of your toes, roll your spine back down again, back up, touch your toes, okay? So that's what you call a butterfly sit-up. If you're unable to do a sit-up like that, what we could do is roll yourself back down or work more the lower part of the abdominal area and the hip area. So what we'll get you to do is to place your hands just slightly underneath your hips, and we'll get you to do some flutters. So little movement with the feet, and what I ask is you do flutters for the time it takes me to do the reps, okay? So I want you to try and keep up with me today for this one. So we're going 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, okay? So we'll do 10 squats, 10 shoulder taps, 10 butterfly sit-ups, or you'll do your flutters with your feet for as long as it takes me to do my butterfly sit-ups. Then we'll do 8, 6, 4 and 2. Once we've done that, we're completed for today, okay? So obviously I'm with you. So let's get ready. Just going to put a little timer on just so I know how long it took us. Okay, so starting with 10 squats, it's 10 of everything to start with. So let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, straight down into your high plank position. Okay, we're going to do shoulder taps. So squeeze your glutes, get a nice firm position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Down onto the mat. Into your butterfly position or into your flutter position. So feet together. I'm going to roll myself all the way back into my starting position, and as I come up, I'm going to touch my toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, back up into your 8. So 8 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, down into your shoulder taps, into your plank position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Fantastic. Flip yourself over onto your back. Feet together. Bring yourself all the way up, touch your toes. 1, 2, make sure you touch the ground behind. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, come on guys, jump yourself back up again into your 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Straight into that plank and shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight into your sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well done. Back up. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back into that plank, shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip yourself over. Nice and smooth. Feet together. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 more reps left of each. Let's do this. 1, 2, straight down into plank. 1, 2, flip it over, feet together. 2 more. 1 and 2. Fantastic, well done guys. That was awesome. Now, in true Jen style, we're gonna go back up. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we've got, it takes us about 3.5 minutes, so you've got 3.5 minutes of work. So, I'm going to give you a second just to take a breather, because you weren't expecting that. And we're going to work our way up on the bottom. So, we're going to start with our 2. So, 1 and 2. Down into our shoulder taps. 1 and 2. Flip ourselves around into our sit-ups. 1 and 2. Fantastic. Right, back up again. Keep the pace on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fantastic. Bring yourself back down again. 4 of those shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fantastic. Back round. Those sit-ups again. You could just do them as a little crunch if it's becoming a little bit too much to come all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fantastic. Get yourself back up again. You've got 6 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Okay, back down again. Shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sit-ups. 6 crunches, 6 flutters, whatever you're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we've got 2 more rounds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come on, 7, and 8. Okay, down into your shoulder taps. 8 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 8 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 1 more round. Scramble yourself up into your squat. Let's do this 1 more round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 10 shoulder taps. That high plank position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. As quick as you can, flip yourself over. Feet together, soles together, or legs extended, depending on what you're doing. And we're doing our final 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, few more, 7, 8, 9, and one more for luck, 10. Brilliant. I hope you guys kept up with me. I hope that got the heart rate up. That was fantastic. Thank you very much. If you've got any comments or questions for me this morning, then chuck them in the feed or private message me. Have a little look. While I'm sat still down on the floor, I'm going to bring my feet together into a butterfly stretch. So soles facing in, I'm going to bring my heels close in. I'm just going to push my knees out to the side. Ooh. Chest up nice and tall. I'm just going to open up my hips. See if any of you guys have got any comments or anything this morning. Okay. Take a few deep breaths in. And then just try and push it a little bit further down. So use your elbows into the crease of your knees to sort of push down. We're going to stay here for about another 10 seconds. Okay, we'll do a quad stretch. You've got a choice on your quad stretch. You can do a laying side quad stretch. One leg on top of the other. Bringing the heel into the bottom. Stack the knees on top of each other. If you can get your heel all the way to your bottom and you're not feeling a successful stretch up through the quad, and you can kneel, try and do it as a kneeling stretch instead. So my heels are just sitting just outside my bottom, and I'm going to walk my hands back. This also helps with ankles as well. Okay, carefully release yourself out of that one. Give yourself a little shake out in terms of that. Okay, final stretch. I'm going to do my favourite. Come down onto my front. I'm going to do a twisted cross. So I'll start off with one arm extended to the side. Use my other hand to push myself over and bring that leg over the back. Okay, carefully roll yourself over back onto the other side. aiming for about 30 seconds each side. If you've got time, you can go for longer. Carefully bring yourself out of that one. Thank you very much, guys. Have a fantastic day. Happy Monday. Have a fantastic week. I obviously will be catching up with you all at some point. And like I said, if you need anything from me, just give me a shout. Love you all. Thank you very much.